Honorable Ziyambi Ziyambi. The memorandum seeks to establish a legal framework for bilateral cooperation in the field of higher education and training. It will also broaden access to quality education through exchange programs, joint research initiatives, and fostering of institutional partnerships, as well as mutual recognition of qualifications. Cabinet considered and approved the Memorandum of Understanding between the Republic of Zimbabwe and the Republic of South Africa on cooperation in the field of arts, culture, and heritage, as presented by the Minister of Justice, Legal and Parliamentary Affairs, Honorable Ziyambi Ziyambi. The memorandum seeks to promote, develop, and increase cooperation in the field of arts, culture, and heritage in accordance with the parties' relevant domestic laws. The main areas of cooperation include conservation and restoration of archival documents, collaboration between the national archives and the national museums of each country, the prevention of cross-border trafficking, exchange of cultural property, and cooperation on the Museum of African Liberation located in Zimbabwe, including but not limited to the provision of historical artifacts for the Republic of South Africa's liberation struggle for display in the museum and other related areas of mutual interest. Cabinet considered and approved the co-hosting of the 2027 Global Africa Women's Sustainability Conference, Zimbabwe edition, in Victoria Falls, as presented by the Minister of Women Affairs, Community, Small and Medium Enterprise Development, Honorable Senator Monica Mchangwa. The Global Africa Women's Sustainability Conference is hosted annually by Impact Her, a non-governmental organization that promotes women empowerment globally. The Zimbabwe edition is designed to position the country and the Southern African region as a powerhouse for women-led, sustainable enterprises, green innovation, and cross-regional trade. The conference serves as a continental convening platform connecting the most dynamic voices in policy, investment, and entrepreneurship to advance a shared vision whereby women are not just participants in the economy, but its architects. The conference provides an opportunity to showcase Zimbabwe's entrepreneurial talent, cultural richness, tourism assets, and investment potential to a highly influential continental and global audience. The Zimbabwe edition will be held in Victoria Falls in 2027 under the theme, and I quote, "Reimagine, Reshape, Rise, Women as Vanguards of Global Sustainable Future," close quote. Cabinet considered and approved the hosting of the 25th COMESA Heads of State and Government Summit on the 22nd of October 2026, as presented by the Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Trade, Honorable Professor Murwira. The objective of the summit is to advance the principles of industrialization, investment, and regional economic integration. The summit will run under the theme, and I quote, "One Market, One Future, Advancing Inclusive Industrialization, Investment, and Regional Integration in COMESA," close quote, and will be preceded by the COMESA Business Forum on the 20th of October 2026, followed by the meeting of Ministers of Foreign Affairs on the 21st of October 2026. The theme is consistent with the COMESA's regional integration agenda, support implementation of the African Continental Free Trade Area, promote beneficiation and industrial development, and strengthen private sector participation in regional economic transformation. Cabinet considered and approved the hosting of the Youth Connect Africa Summit in 2027. Youth Connect Africa is a continental platform established to connect young people to economic opportunities, skills development, entrepreneurship, innovation, financial inclusion, mentorship, and policy dialogue. The summit provides a platform for showcasing innovation, sharing best practices, fostering partnerships, and advancing youth development agendas. The summit will enhance Zimbabwe's international image and strengthen diplomatic and development cooperation with African countries and development partners. I thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister, for presenting today's cabinet highlights. We now move to the first round of 3 questions. Yes, sir.
All right. All right. Thank you so much, Chief Secretary. And thank you so much, Honorable Minister from C. Right. My name is D. My question is that, unfortunately, so my question is directed to the Minister of ICT. I've reckoned the massive strides that have been recorded in terms of internet penetration. And closely linked to that is how government is also spearheading issues of artificial intelligence. And I think just a few months back, maybe a month or two, you hinted to the completion of the National Artificial Intelligence Charter, which you stated that it was currently under progression to be completed. I wanted to check how far you've gone in terms of coming up with that important piece of document.
Thank you very much. Yes.
Thank you, Chief Secretary. My name is Latwo Nyangu from ZN Prime. My question goes to Minister of ICT. I think it's just in addition to what Theo said. I'm looking at what are measurable results that have been achieved so far from the implementation towards the AI strategy.
All right. Thank you so much, Chief Secretary. My name is Tafadzo Anyikadzino from State of the Nation News, and my question is directed to the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Professor Murira. We've noted the efforts that are being done with government regarding the returning students, the returning citizens, following disturbances in South Africa. And in that light, we've noted that the king of the Zulu people in South Africa came to Zimbabwe, maybe as part of diplomatic efforts. Would you mind maybe to share with us what resolutions that were made in regards to the disturbances that are happening in South Africa? Thank you.
Thank you very much. Over to you, Honorable Minister.
Thank you, Chief Secretary. The first question from Theophilus Chuma is directed to the Minister of ICT. Honorable Minister.
Okay, thank you very much, Honorable Chair. I really want to thank you, Mr. Theophilus Chuma, for this very important question. As Zimbabwe, guided by the Readiness Assessment Methodology Report, which we launched before launching the National Artificial Intelligence Strategy, we then went on to realize that there was need for us to make sure that we establish ethical foundations in the adoption of AI as a country. So what we then had to do was to come up with the AI Charter. I am happy to tell you that we concluded. We have already concluded the AI Charter. and right now it is at printing stage, and we are going to be publicizing it quite very soon, but it has already concluded, and even today I can actually be able to just avail the document to you. We just need to go through the necessary processes that are quite just in-house for us to make sure that we publicize it. But we've already concluded it. I can even share it with you. It's already there, and it's going to be for public consumption very soon. I'm sure within the next few days, but we've concluded. Why we thought it was important, we just needed to make sure that whatever innovation that we come up with in any investment in AI, it has to speak to our own context. We want to thank our President, His Excellency Dr. Idi Mnangagwa, for really guiding us that when we want to, since we've already launched the National AI Strategy, it's important that we also look at our own context as Zimbabwe. Let's develop an AI with our own data sets, looking at national language models, looking at how we can be able to make sure that we adopt to our own context and specifics as Zimbabwe. So yes, the AI strategy, the AI charter is out, and very soon you will be able to have it. Then please allow me, Honorable Chair, maybe to also then respond to Mr. Latwa. Okay, thank you very much, Honorable Chair. Mr. Latwa Nyangu then asked to say, what measurable results have you been able to do ever since you launched the National AI Strategy? Yes, what we've been able to do, because we have, within our AI strategy, we've got various phases. We've got phase 1. And on phase 1, we already have been able to make sure that we achieve whatever has been outlined in phase 1. What is it that has been said in phase 1? In phase 1 of the implementation of the AI strategy, it entailed us to make sure that we work towards public sector digital skills training. I'm sure you're aware 2 weeks ago we went to Mashingo. We were equipping our public servants with basic AI skills. In phase 1, again, we're supposed to make sure that we set up an AI office, which resides in the Ministry of ICT. And that already we have been able to do. We want to thank the likes of our development partners like the UNDP, who are already assisting us to set up that office. And again, within the first phase, we have also said that it is important for us to then set up the National Regulatory Committee. And on the National Regulatory Committee, already the processes to make sure that the people that are going to be in that committee are vetted have already been done, and we are now constituting this committee. So all I can say is these are some of the phases that we say, because we just need to be in line with what we have prescribed within the National AI Strategy. And the implementation phase, again, speaks into us launching the National AI Grand Challenge. From the 27th of July to the 2nd of August, we are going to be in Mutare. I'm sure you've seen that we've already advertised, calling up for applications on the implementation of the National AI Grand Challenge, which we are calling AI for Impact. So already, these are some of the initiatives that we are doing. And again, we are working on our national data center where we need to equip it, and also working with other various partners, the likes of even the companies like Econet, to just mention a few. We have already started making sure that we'll be able to have access to graphic processing units and also compute power, which we need as a country. So I'm very positive that these are some of the strides that we have done, but I'm sure let's then keep track every single time and then be able to update you in line with our National AI Strategy to be able to account to what we've done ever since we launched the National AI Strategy. I so submit. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Minister. We move on to Latwell Nyangu, who has directed his question to Honorable Minister Murwira. Honorable Minister.
Thank you very much, Nyangu, for the question. It is true that the king, Zulu king, paid a courtesy call, accompanied by other traditional leaders from South Africa, paid a courtesy call on His Excellency, the President of the Republic, Dr. Idi Mnangagwa. This courtesy call is separate from any other event that you have described. Yes, we have disturbances in South Africa, and the Honorable Garwe gave statistics in cabinet today, as was reported by our chairperson, that we have brought home about 100,000 of our citizens. What happens is the Ministry of Foreign Affairs works, takes our citizens from South Africa itself, works within South Africa, and then hands over these citizens across the bridge, and our chairperson across the bridge to take care of Zimbabweans and distribute them to their homes is Honorable Garwe, under the chairing our committee under the Civil Protection Act. So everything's going well. What is very important is to know that His Excellency is a Pan-Africanist himself, as a Pan-Africanist, but also by constitution, Zimbabwe is a Pan-African country, according to Section 12, subsection 2 of the Constitution. We are Pan-African. We regard Africa as our home. Within that context, we also treat other countries using the same logic, that Zimbabwe is their home. So this is the logic upon which we treat our foreign relations, especially within our neighborhood first principle within Africa. We expect our people to interact freely. That is the attitude of His Excellency. That is the practice of His Excellency. That is the philosophy of His Excellency. So any interaction that you will be able to see, including today's interaction, is part of the Pan-Africanist attitude of Zimbabwe by constitution, by practice, by philosophy that we follow in order to show leadership across the African continent. So what you saw today is leadership in action, showing that Zimbabwe does things according to its constitution, according to the values of Pan-Africanism. When our citizens face problems wherever they are, we will extract them and help them and make sure that they are at home. I think from all what I have said, it's very clear that Zimbabwe takes care of its people. I think.
Thank you. Thank you, Honorable Minister. And apparently that question was from Tafadzwa Nyikadzino and not Latwell Nyangu, and I hope Tafadzwa has been satisfied with the response that was provided.
Let us move to the last round, again of 3 questions. Yes. Start with the country.
Thank you. My name is Deborah Matabo. I'm from the Herald. My question is directed to Minister Garwe. Is there a database to harness the skills from those returning from South Africa for reintegration purposes, especially women and the youth? And then the second question is, do you have an estimated number of those still awaiting repatriation from South Africa? Thank you.
Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you, Chief Sec. My question is also to Minister Garwe, pertaining looking at the number of people that have returned home. What is the government's position in terms of overwhelming? Are there any challenges to say that the numbers are too much, or the government is managing? Then my other question goes to Minister Mtrangwa. Going into the conference, what are the critical aspects that you need to address, looking at the issue of women empowerment in Zimbabwe? Thank you.
Thank you so much, Chief Sec. My question is also directed to Honorable Minister Garwe. We have seen the private sector also opening up to the returnees, and probably what we have gathered so far is the number of companies who have really stated their intentions to assist these citizens. But probably is there a compilation on how the private sector has really come on board in terms of providing the much needed assistance to the returning citizens, and also probably clarity on how government has assisted to ensure that these returning citizens get a comfortable landing in their respective areas.
To you, Honorable Minister.
Thank you, Chief Secretary. Two questions directed to Minister Garwe. First one from Deborah, then the second one from Latuo Nyangu. Honorable Minister.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair. Allow me to thank Deborah for these very pertinent questions she has asked. The first one refers to, is there any way of us harnessing the skills that could be coming from our Zimbabwean returnees from South Africa? We have two programs that we are running, three programs actually. The program of identifying people that are being repatriated in South Africa is under the Minister of Foreign Affairs, and they're doing it extremely well. They carry people in South Africa and hand them over to the Zimbabwean government at the Beitbridge border post. We have established a reception center at Beitbridge border post with about 17 ministries involved and other agencies. All the 25 UN agencies in Zimbabwe are all at Beitbridge. The 17 ministries have referred to include the Minister of Skills Audit. As we do the screening, profiling, and other services to the returnees, we also have a desk that identifies the returning skills within the population that is coming back to Zimbabwe. And that those people, as they are being passed to the various communities, we have established in the various villages and rural district council centers what we are calling reintegration reception centers. This is where we are now identifying those that need to join the teaching professions, will be directed to the Minister of Primary and Secondary Education. Those that are going to the industry are being absorbed into the various companies that require those skills. And those that require to vocational training centers are being redirected to the relevant ministry responsible for vocational training centers, which is the Minister of Youth. Yes, we are developing a database at entry point, which is in Beitbridge and in Plumtree, but we further refine that database when people have gone through screening and profiling, as well as psychosocial management, so that when they come to various centers, we know who is coming and what skills does that person have. Those who don't have skills, they are also taken care of in terms of being assisted through the Ministry of Women Affairs for startups. So this is what we are doing in terms of the skills audit. Minister, thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Minister. Then another question from Latuo Nyangu, where he wanted to know the government's position with regards to swelling numbers of returnees, whether they are being handled well or there is some overwhelming.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister. Let me say that the Zimbabwe government, right from the Minister of Foreign Affairs in South Africa, has raised the bar in terms of repatriating people. And that has increased the number of people that are coming. Initially, we were dealing with numbers around 700, 1,000, 1,500 per day. We are hoping this week those numbers are going to swell and increase. But Zimbabwe will not tire, because these are Zimbabweans. And in Shona, they say, these are Zimbabweans that are coming home. They are being well received by Zimbabweans, both in government and in the civil community. So yes, we've got mechanisms to ensure that all these Zimbabweans coming home are well received. We have got in excess of about 2 million Zimbabweans in South Africa. And we are hoping maybe 70% of that 2 million is coming back home. So we are very ready to receive them. Thank you, Honorable Minister.
Thank you, Honorable Minister. The next question is directed to Honorable Muchangwa. Honorable Minister.
Thank you, Chair. I hope I'm right. It was also from Latuo Nyangu. and he wanted to know, going forward into this conference, what are the expected outcomes. And I want to say we are excited as a country. These are the results of the Second Republic, His Excellency's re-engagement and engagement efforts. A lot of people in the international community, continentally and regionally, they are actually looking at Zimbabwe to see what we are doing, what is making Zimbabwe getting to where we are. And we are quite excited that the Africa Women Sustainability Conferences are held annually by this global NGO called Impact Here. And after looking at what Zimbabwe has been doing, when we showcased it at the United Nations Commission on the Status of Women, they identified Zimbabwe and recognized the work which we are doing, and also recognizing the fact that our president is a thought leader in the issues of gender equality and women empowerment. We are beginning to see a lot more of these conferences coming to Zimbabwe. We are expecting strengthening capacity, especially on the global competitiveness. We are also expecting our women businesses to be learning from each other. Exchange will be happening, B2B will be happening, trade, investment, and also even economic diplomacy. We are also looking at promoting sustainable and green business practices. These are some of the things which we are expecting to be coming out of this conference. Also, this conference will also give us facilitation to access to sustainable finance. There will be a number of financial institutions which will come from all over the world coming to Zimbabwe. And by the way, these are 1,000 delegates coming from Africa, Europe, Asia. So this is a crossbreeding of very good ideas of really closing the gap. As the theme actually says, reimagine, reshape the rise of women as vanguards of global sustainable future. So we are looking at this conference as a way not to just put Zimbabwe on the map. Everybody's coming to Zimbabwe. Tourists, they do start by visiting and they do business. We're looking at investments. We're looking at direct financing for our women-owned business and all our SMEs. We are also looking at export and trade facilities. How do we get to export our products, those we are making? And we are also looking at learning best practices from other countries. So this is a very good thing, and I hope when you heard about this conference, which we are proposing to co-host for 2027, I hope I also felt maybe it's important coincidentally, Thursday and Friday, the Ministry of Women Affairs, Community, Small and Medium Enterprises, it is going to host the inaugural Indaba of SMEs and cooperatives in this country, which will be graced by His Excellency President Dr. E.G. Mnangagwa. Again, it is a platform to bring all stakeholders so that we can strengthen the SMEs ecosystem. I thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Minister. And the final question from Theophilus Chuma, directed to the Minister of Local Government on the involvement of the private sector in the repatriation and the reintegration process. Honorable Minister.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair. Allow me to thank Theo for the question. Government is using what we call a whole-of-government approach, as well as a whole-of-society approach in the repatriation and the reintegration exercise. And on the reintegration approach, we are working with various sectors. That includes Ministry of Labor, Ministry of Primary and Secondary Education, Traditional Leadership Support Services. These are our chiefs, village heads, and headmen. We're also working with churches on the reintegration of these people. The private sector is playing a very critical role, I must say. And government appreciates the role that is being played by the private sector, our business, our domestic business community, the UN family, all the 25 UN agencies in Zimbabwe. They are playing a very critical role in terms of the repatriation as well as reintegration, identifying schools that need to go, children that need to go back to school, and reintegrating those children into schools, paying school fees for those children, and providing food. So yes, the private sector is helping. A lot of buses have been provided by the private sector our domestic private sector. A lot of clothing, a lot of medicine, and other facilities, tents, and medical facilities are being provided by the UN family as well as the private sector. Individuals in our communities are also participating. We have got a comprehensive list which now exceeds 100 different types of private sector players, including individuals and citizens, that are coming with everything that they have to facilitate, to assist in this exercise of repatriation and reintegration. So yes, the private sector is playing a very critical role in this whole exercise, and we fully appreciate their involvement. Thank you very much.
Let me thank members of the Fourth Estate for the questions and honorable ministers for responding to those questions. We've come to the end of today's post-cabinet press briefing. We meet next week.